Hello, and welcome to the UCR School of Business Academic Probation online workshop. My name is Jacqueline Shoji, and I will be walking you through the policies for academic probation. When you are done viewing this presentation, please complete and submit your probation contract to the email listed on the screen. When you are done with this presentation, you should understand what academic probation is and why you are on academic probation. You should know how to calculate your college GPA. You will understand the UCR School of Business policy for students on academic probation. You will know the results or consequences of being on academic probation. And you will have learned strategies for academic success and where to go for help if you need it. Let's begin with the basics. What is academic probation? According to the UC Riverside Catalog, students are placed on academic probation if at the end of any term, their GPA for the term is less than 2.0 or their cumulative GPA computed on the total of all courses undertaken at the university is less than 2.0, which is a C average. Per UCR policy, the university will not place you on probation if your major GPA is below 2.0, so long as you are meeting the term and cumulative GPA. However, please understand that failing to meet the major GPA requirement of 2.0 will prevent you from receiving a degree. Students end up on probation for a variety of reasons. Some of these reasons may be easily remedied, and some are beyond our control. The important part of this experience is to understand what resources you have at your disposal when these situations arrive, or how to set yourself up for success in the future. Skipping classes can be detrimental to your grade, especially if your professor has an attendance policy that is directly linked to it. If you know you will be missing class or you encounter an unexpected life event, we highly encourage you to reach out to your professor early to see what course of action you can take to ensure your grade does not suffer. If your professor is not able to accommodate your absence without it affecting your grades, you can consider speaking with an academic advisor to see if withdrawing from the course is an option. For many new students, taking an unbalanced or overly ambitious schedule can be the reason for landing on probation. During our new student workshops and orientations, our advisors go over the importance of making sure that your schedule is well balanced with math and writing courses. The School of Business highly encourages students to separate Business 100W, Business 102, and Business 103 as they are the heaviest writing courses and can become overwhelming when taken together. Students are always welcome to email their advisors or see an advisor over drop-in hours during the registration period if they have questions or concerns about their schedule. Transfer students beginning at UCR are normally encouraged to take 3 courses while they adjust to the quarter system, and oftentimes an overly ambitious schedule of 16 to 20 units during the first quarter can play a role in your academic performance. Study habits are an important part of academic success. If you feel you need to develop better study habits, we recommend reaching out to the Academic Resource Center. They have a variety of workshops and counselors that can assist you in finding habits that work for you. Study habits are oftentimes hindered by an unbalanced work-life schedule. If you work part-time or full-time while also attending school, please assess how your schedule is affecting your study habits. It is possible that academic success can be achieved by simply adjusting your work hours to create a more conducive study schedule. Lastly, most of us have experienced unexpected life events. Many times those life events can occur in the middle of an academic quarter. Should you encounter a life experience that is hindering your academic success, please reach out to an academic advisor to discuss your options. Withdrawing from a quarter or taking a leave of absence is a much better option than landing on academic probation. I know that we often feel like we can handle our personal problems and school at the same time, but this can very quickly escalate and become overwhelming. Remember to take it easy on yourself and handle one thing at a time. School will always be waiting for you when you are ready to return. Once you are on academic probation, a holistic review of your file will determine your next steps. All students on academic probation are required to participate in some type of academic advising before their probation holds can be removed. Depending on the type of academic probation you are on, your registration will likely be restricted to 13 units. If you need more than 13 units during the quarter in which you are on probation status, you will need to make an appointment with the Director of Undergraduate Business Programs office to petition the increase. For students who are only required to watch this video as part of their advising, your hold will only be removed if you complete the probation contract and submit it to the email indicated on the probation letter you received. The academic calendar is located on the UC Riverside Registrar's website. You can log on to the calendar to see important academic deadlines for withdrawing, changing grading bases, etc. Please make it a point to explore the calendar early so that you know your options when you begin to struggle in your courses. What happens if I don't get out of academic probation? School of Business currently has two types of students: students who have been admitted to the business major and students in a provisional status who are waiting to apply. For business students, continued probation could result in disqualification from the university. Regardless of your probation type, business students cannot be disqualified from the university if it is the first time they are on probation. Business preparation students are on a slightly different policy. As with business students, continued probation can result in disqualification from the university. However, a student can be disqualified from the major during their first quarter at UCR, even if they cannot be disqualified from the university. Our college will determine if your GPA is reparable and if you can achieve the required GPA for admission within the second quarter at UCR before we determine major disqualification. If you are disqualified from the university, you will be dropped from all your courses and your student file will become inactive. Readmission to the university is possible after one quarter. However, you will need to meet with the director to talk about how you can bring yourself back into good academic standing. This is often achieved by taking courses during a UC summer session or at the UC Riverside Extension Center. Keep in mind that if you are a business preparation student and you are disqualified from both the major and the university, you will need to speak with the College of Humanities, Arts, and Social Sciences to speak about readmission to a new major. If you are not disqualified but your GPA remains below a 2.0, you will continue to be on academic probation and still run the risk of being disqualified in future quarters. Now that we have gone over the overall policies, let's talk about how you can get out of academic probation. In order to get out of academic probation, the key is to improve your term and cumulative GPA. As I mentioned earlier, the major GPA will not result in academic probation status, but it will prevent you from receiving your degree if it is not at the minimum 2.0. If your probation status is based on only your last term of attendance, which means your overall GPA is still above a 2.0, but your GPA for the last quarter was below a 2.0, all you have to do is have one successful term above a 2.0 to remove the probation status. If your probation status is a result of both your overall and your quarter GPA being below a 2.0, you will need to work to repair the GPA by repeating courses or bringing up your grades. The easiest way to calculate your GPA is to use an online GPA calculator. There are many great calculators online. However, your degree audit also has a GPA calculator that can be used. The calculator is very limited and is not accurate if you are repeating courses. However, it is useful if you are simply trying to determine what your quarter GPA will be and if you will have enough high grades to bring up your overall GPA. Make sure to use the term calculator tab. The graduation calculator on the degree audit will not be useful for this purpose. The calculator will bring up the courses that you are currently enrolled in. On the grade section, you can simply select the grade that you think you will receive for that course. Once you have selected the grades, You can go ahead and press calculate, and the calculator will bring up an assessment of your courses. It will show you your term GPA, and it will also calculate your overall GPA. The fastest way to bring up your GPA is to repeat courses. Students can use up to 16 units of grade forgiveness during their time at UCR. Grade forgiveness means that after the course is repeated, the original grade will no longer calculate into your GPA. However, the original grade will always appear on your academic record and transcript with a repeat code next to it. Keep in mind that courses that are passed with a C minus cannot be repeated and often play a detrimental role in your GPA recovery. Always strive for grades above a C when you are trying to repair a GPA. Courses must be repeated at UCR in order to qualify for grade forgiveness. As mentioned previously, it is important that you plan for academic success by knowing your resources. Ensure that your upcoming quarter is well balanced by speaking with your academic advisor. Consider taking a lighter load while you repair your GPA. If you are having issues understanding the course material, talk to your professors and TAs. In addition, consider speaking with the Academic Resource Center about tutoring services. If you are feeling overwhelmed or need to take a break, speak with your academic advisor early to see what options you may have. Academic probation can have an impact beyond your academic major. If you are on financial aid, academic probation can impact your aid. It is highly recommended that you speak with a financial aid advisor to see if your status will have an impact on your aid in the upcoming quarter. Some clubs and organizations have GPA requirements. If you are not able to meet the GPA requirement, you may no longer be eligible for that organization. Please check in with them to see if your status will impact your participation. Lastly, probation can impact your plan to participate in EAP programs. If you had plans to study abroad, please check in with the EAP office to speak with them about their policy. In this slide, you will see a list of helpful resources on campus. Please take a minute to read over them and see if any of these may be useful to you and your academic success. This concludes our probation workshop. If you have any questions or concerns regarding this online resource, please feel free to contact me directly at the email listed on the screen. I wish you the best of luck as you begin your next quarter.